The year is 2025. A cold February wind sweeps across St. Peter's Square. The faithful gather, their faces etched with concern. Pope Francis, their shepherd, is unwell. He lies within the walls of Gemelli Hospital, battling pneumonia's grip. Though reports speak of improvement, a sense of unease lingers. At 88, the Pope is a beacon of hope, but his mortality, a stark reality. The world holds its breath. The Vatican, a place steeped in tradition, prepares for every eventuality. Behind the ancient walls, whispers of Papal Conclave fill the air. An air of solemnity descends, a stark contrast to the usual bustle of the Holy See. The world watches and waits, prayers echoing for the Pontiff's recovery. The weight of history hangs heavy. The world knows that the Pope's health is fragile. The Vatican must be ready. Ready for the day a new leader must be chosen. Ready for the ancient rituals that will usher in a new era for the Catholic Church. The process is shrouded in secrecy, a sacred ritual untouched by time. When a Pope dies or resigns, the College of Cardinals, those esteemed men of the cloth, become kingmakers. They gather from the corners of the earth, drawn to the Vatican like iron filings to a magnet. Their mission to elect a successor to St. Peter. The conclave unfolds within the hallowed walls of the Sistine Chapel. Here, beneath Michelangelo's breathtaking frescoes, the cardinals deliberate. They are cut off from the world, their communication strictly limited. It is a time for prayer, for reflection, for divine inspiration. The fate of the Catholic Church rests on their shoulders. Twice a day the cardinals cast their ballots. A simple eligo in Summum Pontificum precedes the name of their chosen candidate. The ballots are burned. Black smoke curls from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, signaling to the waiting world that a decision remains elusive. The tension builds with each failed vote. The pressure mounts, a palpable force within the confines of the chapel. The world waits, holding its breath for the white smoke to appear. The smoke that signals a new pope has been chosen. The white smoke, when it finally comes, is a moment of pure theatre. A collective gasp rises from the crowds assembled in St. Peter's Square. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica peal out, a joyous symphony echoing across Rome. The world has a new pope. The new pontiff, chosen by God to lead his church, appears on the balcony overlooking the square. Habemus Papam, booms the voice of the cardinal proto-deacon, the senior cardinal deacon. He announces the name of the new pope, and the crowd erupts once more. The weight of the world, or at least of 1.3 billion Catholics, now rests on this man's shoulders. He must navigate the complexities of a world grappling with war, poverty, and climate change. He must provide spiritual guidance to a flock seeking meaning in an increasingly secular age. The fisherman's ring, a symbol of papal authority since the 13th century, will soon adorn his finger. His every word, every gesture will be scrutinized. The world watches, eager to see what path this new leader will chart for the Catholic Church. Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope, the first pope from the Americas, a man who chose the name of a saint associated with poverty, humility, and peace. His papacy has been nothing short of transformative. From the moment he stepped onto the balcony in 2013, he captivated the world with his warmth, his humility, his common touch. He eschewed the opulent papal apartments, choosing to live in the more modest Casa Santa Marta. He washed the feet of prisoners, embraced the sick and marginalized, and challenged the world to confront its indifference to suffering. His papacy has been marked by a focus on social justice, environmental protection, and interfaith dialogue. He has shaken up the Vatican bureaucracy, challenged traditional Catholic teachings on homosexuality and divorce, and called for a more inclusive church. His papacy has not been without its critics. Conservatives within the church have accused him of liberalism, of watering down Catholic doctrine. But his supporters see him as a breath of fresh air, a pope for the 21st century, a man who understands the challenges facing the church and the world. In the piazzas and trattorias of Rome, speculation runs rampant. Who will succeed Pope Francis? Will the next pontiff continue his legacy of reform? Or will the Church revert to a more traditional path? The names of cardinals are whispered in hushed tones. Some are seen as reformers, others as conservatives. Some are known for their intellectual prowess, others for their pastoral skills. The stakes are high. The next pope will inherit a church at a crossroads, facing challenges both internal and external. The faithful pray for guidance, for a pope who will shepherd them with wisdom and compassion. They pray for a leader who will address the issues that divide the church, the role of women, the sex abuse scandals, the growing gap between rich and poor. The world watches, waits and wonders. The future of the Catholic Church hangs in the balance. The white smoke, when it comes, will usher in a new era, one filled with both promise and uncertainty. The papacy is a unique institution, a blend of the spiritual and the temporal. The Pope is both the head of state of Vatican City, a sovereign nation, and the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide. It is a position of immense power and influence, but also of immense responsibility. The next Pope will face a daunting array of challenges. He must address the ongoing clergy sex abuse crisis, which has eroded the Church's moral authority and driven many Catholics away. He must find ways to connect with young people who are increasingly disengaged from organized religion. He must navigate the complex relationship between the Church and the modern world, grappling with issues such as contraception, abortion, and same-sex marriage. And he must do all of this while upholding the Church's teachings and traditions. It is a task that would daunt even the most capable leader. The weight of 1 billion souls rests on the shoulders of the man who ascends to the throne of St. Peter. The world waits with bated breath. The conclave continues, the cardinals cloistered within the Sistine Chapel. Each puff of smoke from the chimney is met with a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. What will the future hold for the Catholic Church? The new Pope, whoever he may be, will inherit a church in transition. He will face pressure from both conservatives and reformers. He will need to find a way to bridge the divides within the Church while also addressing the challenges facing the world. But amidst the uncertainty, there is also hope. Hope that the new Pope will be a man of faith, wisdom, and compassion. Hope that he will lead the Church with courage and vision. Hope that he will be a force for good in the world. The future of the Catholic Church remains unwritten, but one thing is certain: the world will be watching. The Catholic Church, despite its ancient roots, exists in a world of constant change. The rise of secularism, the decline of traditional values, the challenges of globalization, all of these forces are reshaping the religious landscape. The next Pope will need to be a bridge builder, someone who can connect with people of different faiths and cultures. He will need to be a voice for the voiceless, a champion of the poor and marginalized. He will need to be a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. He will need to address the concerns of those who feel left behind by the modern world, those who yearn for a return to traditional values. He will need to find a way to make the Church relevant to the lives of young people who are growing up in a world saturated by technology and consumerism. The task ahead is daunting but not insurmountable. The Catholic Church has faced challenges throughout its history and has always emerged stronger. The papacy is more than just a job, it is a vocation, a calling. The man who becomes Pope takes on the mantle of St. Peter, the first among equals, the rock upon which Christ built his church. It is a role that demands humility, courage, and unwavering faith. The next Pope will need all of these qualities and more if he is to guide the Church through the challenges of the 21st century. The world watches and waits. The future of the Catholic Church hangs in the balance. But one thing is certain: the legacy of St. Peter will endure. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.